So, obviously, my computer crashed again. Now, now Snaggle Browse's microphone drivers have crashed, so now he can't actually do anything. He can't say anything. So not only do I have a power supply issue, Snaggle Browse is having microphone issues. Yeah, so we're trying to figure out what our next steps are. Like, can we still co-op? Should we still co-op? Heck, can I even play this any game on my stupid effing computer? We're trying to figure that out right now. This is the amount of emotes I placed in chat doesn't hold a candle to the frustrating I feel, like the burn of rage I have right now. I have zero tolerance for inanimate objects, and this thing is very inanimate, and I will inanimate the crap out of it with my foot. So essentially, what's going to happen is, see, the reason why I didn't want to get a power supply is because I haven't confirmed. Yeah, oh, I know, big man, just, you know. Let me get this unmuted again. Let me get that unmuted again. There we go. JP's going to office space his computer. I've done it before. I need to discuss things with Browse, see what our next steps are. I need to figure out if this is still an option for us or if we are going to have to try another time. If it is still an option, what game we're going to apply. He needs to update Sons of the Forest, and that is a multi-gigabyte download. It might take some time. Or if we're just going to kind of try again later. I mean, I don't know. I would love to play now. I have a lot of fun playing with Snuggles. Well, everything is just blocking our path. So everything is just going wrong at the moment. Snaggle Browse says my PC is all locked up right now. Okay. And we can discuss next steps. So his computer is locking up. I think he's getting as angry as I am at the moment at the respective these PCs. See, the thing is, my system, I built it in 2020, so it's already 6 years old. January of 2020. I built it up. It has like a boatload of memory. The video card at the time was decent. I made sure I could appropriate scalability for future builds. So I have like this chunky ass case. I got a big old power supply. I got a lot of RAM. I got a decent motherboard and video card and a good CPU, and I built it all up. But for whatever reason, the motherboard was flawed. It would randomly disconnect USB drivers. Like if it's if the USB, like you may actually remember this if you're a longtime streamer of mine, a viewer of mine. Like the video, the webcam would randomly turn off if this happened, if that happened, because the cord shook all the way down to the USB cable, and it would and the motherboard would disconnect it. So I had to get a new motherboard. Then and now we have this issue. At first, I'm like, it might be a video card because the video card itself was only mid-tier back in 2020, so it's probably low tier now, considering 6 years. But since I'm not getting any logs, I'm not getting any performance issues, I'm not getting any stability logs or anything at all. It's telling me power supply. I didn't want to get anything because I wasn't confirmed. I don't know exactly if it was a power supply or a motherboard, or not motherboard, power supply or the video card. But this is kind of forcing my hand into making a decision onto something I'm not 100% certain on. I'm like, 70%, 75% certain on the power supply. But either way. And I just realized something. You ready? Yeah, there we go. The desk mic is off, but the headset was on. So that's kind of the situation I'm in now, chat. I am live. I just wanted to make sure I was live because everything else is kind of falling apart. Considering how old your setup is, it could literally be anything. Yeah, that's the thing. I have counted for virtually everything else. If it was a video card, it would at the very least give me some sort of driver warning. I had logs running in the background to capture any and all instabilities, and nothing was captured. If it was a video card issue, it would have told me that. Because I have 8 gigabytes of memory, VRAM on my video card. So it's not great for today's standards, but it's still not sub-tier because I have a lot of memory to counterbalance a lot of that stuff. It's not going to be as efficient as VRAM, but it's still going to work. It's still going to function. If you're wondering what I mean by that, is a lot of computers won't even have video cards. They'll just have stuff running through the memory and the motherboard and this CPU. So there's a lot of stuff without video cards themselves. You won't be able to run like high-end games, at least efficiently, but you can still run them because of all that memory. It's the same concept I have with here, which is why I have a surplus of memory. So it's telling me it's not necessarily the video card, but replacing an entire power supply. Oh man, I am not looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to it because I'll have to tear apart everything. I have to tear apart all of my cable management to make sure that I can get everything plugged back in. Oh man, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. But that's where I'm at, chat. That's where I'm at. I apologize for the troublesome stream that you've had so far. I know a number of you have had successful drops and now you've lost them because my computer would shut down. But I'm angry, chat. I'm angry. I know, like I said, I know you don't see it, but I'm big mad. I'm big mad. I am big mad. Like I may have mentioned, I don't know if I was streaming or if I was off stream, if my stuff was muted, if it wasn't working, I don't know. But I've been looking forward to the stream for weeks, literal weeks. So you got mad, and that made me sad. I demand compensation. Here, have some fishies. Have some fishies. Well, it's we're trying to figure things out. But obviously, I know what my next steps are. I'm not happy about the next steps. I've been dreading these next steps. I've been trying to avoid them. And honestly, I've been kicking this can down the road for a while until I get confirmation. But I need to do action. I need to do. All right, chat. I'll be right back. I need to get a drink. I need to think. All right, just be right back. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's get the cookies turned off for. Now you're gonna have background music while I go BRB. We're back. There we go. Yeah, sorry. I turned the microphone off just so I can bitch and complain for a minute off screen. Let's unmute Discord to see if Browse is back.
You scrap the stream. Oh, hello.
Yeah, there you are. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, yeah, great. Yeah.
You sound about as angry as I am right now.
Yeah, I'm just, yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, Windrose apparently is off the table for me. How would you like to proceed?
I mean, at the moment, nothing's on the table for me because everything's just crashing the moment I launch it, and like my entire PC just locked up. So now it's got to do 17 startup things. Just wanted to get stream back up as quick as I could, so I skipped a few steps. But everything is, in a word, screwed.
Yeah.
And obviously we're gonna be waiting another 30 minutes for the forest to update, and by the time that happens, we're only at about 2 hours of stream anyway. So because I've got to get up tomorrow. So at the moment, it's not looking good.
Do you want to postpone our co-op then?
I would say so until I can figure out my PC again, and then we can play probably the forest, or whenever you get a PSU, you can try Windrose again, provided that I'm not tabbing in and out of it and it crashes my mic again, which I need to figure out a way around. But yeah, things are good.
Yeah, things are swimming. All right.
Yeah, having a good time. So I feel like my stream will probably be, I'm gonna be doing like just yap for a little bit, just to, because I've just got a 3-minute ad start, but I don't even know if anyone's back yet or not.
Yeah.
But then I'm probably just gonna have to wrap it there and just do some trauma dumping on my PC for a bit.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
All right, so let's postpone our co-op until we get our hardware issues taken care of. We'll try again.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry about the bullcrap theft I've had to put you through, you and your chat and your stream.
I mean, mine's obviously frozen up as well, so I had to restart my PC. So it's all just falling to pieces.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry about that. I don't know if you're going to keep streaming for a bit or what, but
I'm going to keep streaming, but I might do something else. I might try something else. I've been thinking about doing like a 7 days to die stream, so I might do that. I want to talk to my chat, see what they want to do.
Okay.
Because I
don't think anyone's come back from my crash yet, so I'm just going to end my stream here.
All right.
And I'll try and get it sorted out tonight, and then I'll try and be back tomorrow at some point. But otherwise,
yeah. Yeah, let's keep in touch. I'll reach out to you regarding my updates, but maybe update Suns just in case we can't get our hardware issues resolved.
I'll stick that on the update while I'm trying to sort the rest of my PC out, and then yeah. Yeah.
Rouse, I appreciate your time. I really do. I'm sorry we couldn't get things off the ground though.
No, it's fine. Obviously, we'll try and get it done properly in the future. In the meantime, I'll have to end here, get my PC sorted out, and then hopefully soon we'll be able to play properly.
Yeah, I get you.
Fingers
all right,
crossed.
Then I will let you do your thing. Let me know if you need help with anything. I'm not the greatest at all the things. I'm not able to do much, but you never know.
Oh
right?
No, it's hardware issues for me. It's just all hardware.
Sounds familiar.
Fixed. Yeah, I need to get. It's actually my memory and my disc that's the problem, so I need to get some more RAM and stuff like that. I might try and salvage some from some old rigs and see what I can do with it. But yeah.
Yeah. I might actually, I'm thinking about retiring this PC in terms of like primary hardware use because it's 6 years old. I mean, it's not like the oldest, but it's just giving me problems one after another. So I might convert it to a server. I might just do that. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure things out.
That's fair.
And that's going to be a fun week for me if that happens.
Tell me about it. I will hopefully try and find some. I've got like a few PCs laying about, so I'll try and salvage some RAM from those and see if I've got some slots free in my current PC. And then we will try and reconvene in the future.
You got it, man. I'll reach out to you. We'll see if we can't try next week, huh?
Yep, no problem at all. I shall speak to you soon.
All right, Gobs. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Really do.
No worries. See you soon.
Bye. All right, chat. That kind of settles that. What do you want to do? I have this time set aside for you. What do you want to do? Granted, I could, though I'm not really. I have it installed, but I could start this today and now. I don't have the UI set up for it. I could play 7 Days to Die. I could play a solo Sons of the Forest for you, but it's just going to be me. Browse is having some hardware issues of his own as well. I feel that. I understand. I sympathize and empathize with them. So I think Hollow Knight might be next time though. But like I said, I don't have my UI set up. I don't have anything of that set up. I just have the game installed and updated, and I have the concepts of a plan of playing it. So I think Hollow Knight is going to be later. I think I want to do something else. I don't know. I got to edit my stream info because it is no longer a co-op. I'm disappointed. I am disappointed, chat. I was really looking forward to this. So, no, I don't think I want to do anything on a console. I think I want to do something on the PC. This will actually answer a couple of things for me. If I do play something on the PC and it still crashes, and then that kind of confirms that the integrity of the power supply is diminishing. Because I was able to play Sons of the Forest with Snuggles before, but if it crashes for whatever reason. So yeah, I think I want to play solo Sons of the Forest. I think that's going to be my play. What do you think, chat? What do you think? Sons of the Forest or 7 Days to Die? And if it crashes, that'll answer some questions. It means that things are just falling apart. I really need to act. So let's do 7 days, huh? All right. Because I was thinking about playing 7 Days to Die as a solo game. You were talking about doing that last on Fridays. Might as well do a test run. Yeah, that's kind of what I was just thinking. So the 7 Days to Die idea was going to be like 7 Days to Friday or something like that. But essentially, it's not just going to be a 7 Days to Die Friday stream. It's going to be like a game that I'm not playing regularly during the week. So if we have a game like Final Fantasy Rebirth that's going to take up 6 months of my time, I want to have something to break things up. Something that doesn't have an ending, I can just pick up, drop off at any point, and I can work with it. And that's why I was thinking 7 Days to Die might work with that. But Sons of the Forest could also do that too. I could just start building. I could build the house that Snaggle Browse won't let me build. Maybe. Or I could just do 7 days. So you think it's 7 days? Make sure I'll turn that off. Actually, I might turn that back on. I think so. But both sound chaotically fun. Both are fun. I really enjoyed both. I really enjoyed both games.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name.
Yeah, I gotta turn cookies off again. That way there's gonna be background music for you all. Yeah. So you know, I know it seems like I'm doing okay. I'm still raging. I'm still raging. I feel like I'm stumbling on my words with the rage that's building up in my chest. Big mad. Oh, I can tell. I'm just hiding my rage behind a mask of pain and depression. All right, so let's do this then. I got to get a couple things set up on my side. Got to fix a couple of UI issues. There's that. There's that. And there's that. All right, we're going to give it a shot, chat. We're going to give 7 Days to Die a shot. I'm going to start a new character. I do have some mods, not many. Some quality of life, more or less. There we go. Uh-oh, that's right. That's right, because I'm on a different profile, might be different. We'll see. I got the EULA and everything. Not now. Oh, it looks like I won't be able to continue a game anyway, so I have to start a new game. All right, that's fine. We'll just do that. Oh, where are you, Lenny? That's his name. Lenny. There we go. Where are you, Lenny? Oh, wow. I actually wanted... I'm not even going to look. Ready? And this is the character. I know there's a fly somewhere around here. That's not Lenny. You are not Lenny. That was not Lenny. Create. Rando... Bogo? Sure, let's do random Bogo. Scully. Alright, we're gonna do it again. And stop. That is some flaming red hair. My game. 001. There's a reason why I put 001. It's because when I do random world 001, I have the seed there. So we're going to have... We're not going to have it on adventure. We're going to turn it up to... I'll do warrior. That's not too bad. I think I want to have everything else as default. The only thing I want to change is the jar refund. 20%. What the jar refund is, when you drink a thing of water, what's the chance of you getting an empty jar so you can get water for it? So, I think everything I want to have as default. But since the server is turned off, I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. I don't know if it's going to be default, a UI, or if it's going to transfer over my settings, my mods, because the only mods I have, it's like I have an extended toolbar, and I have damage popping up, so I know I hit something and how much damage I'm doing. That's really about it. I don't have a few mods. The settings are going to be different than what I usually play, so we'll see. We will see. We will see. How's the game balance, the audio balance? How's the audio balance? Can you hear the game okay? And can you hear me better? I don't want to fight the game with the audio. So, oh, and by the way, if the computer does turn off again, I'm not going to log back on for the stream. Just kind of let you know, I'm not going to log back on for the stream. I'm going to flip tables, get angry, and place an order to correct this issue. I don't know what kind of order I'm going to place. Sounds good. Game might be a touch too loud, but I don't know what the ambient noise is going to be. I'll turn it down just a little bit, just a touch. Just a touch, okay? And I will figure out if my mods are in place once I see the toolbar. If the toolbar is, if it's like a man in a cold pool, oh my God, then I'll know my mods are not there. If it's, I will know that my mods are in place, so we're good to go. I'm not holding my breath, though. I'm not holding my breath. Kind of nervous, chat. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know why. I played this game quite a bit. I have, let's see, I have 860-some hours in this game, but I feel nervous. I don't know why. Here we go. Do I have my mods or not? I think so. I think so. So we got the Duke left you a message, or Just a friendly reminder that you pay on time, even every time, or there will be consequences. Next time, we won't be so nice. Thanks for the gear, but you still owe us. See you soon, the Duke. So, 7 Days to Die is an open sandbox zombie survival game where you actually have no goal. Anything and everything, all the goals you set yourself, and the keybinds are not there. I have to redo my keybinds. Yeah, I don't do this. So I'm gonna have to redo my keybinds. But that's a problem for future me, because I don't have to worry about that yet. So the first thing you gotta do is challenge window and kind of get your tutorial set up. And that is this. So the first thing to do, mow some grass. Ooh, piece of candy. So when I was playing with my friend, we were playing a co-op, and the Blood Moon base I had built up for many, many times before failed. Not once, but twice. And it wasn't like a gentle fail either. Oh, no. It was an angry fail. It was like there was rage in those failures. And we died many a times trying to get this stuff working. So I don't quite know how I'm going to proceed with the Blood Moon. Oh, let me actually change something real quick because I don't want to be. I think my. Yeah, there we go. 7 days to die. My category is off. It's not actually. There we go. There we go. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to proceed with my bases. And we'll see. So I got to craft a stone axe. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to set up my keybinds now rather before later. UI. Miscellaneous. Gosh, how did I do that? How did I set up my keybinds? Tool belts? There we go. I think it was this. Confirm. I think so. Cancel. Actually, I set back to defaults. I think I started with this. Let's see. Just give me a second, chat. I got to figure this out. Nope. Must have been here then. 1, confirm, 2, 3. It wasn't here, was it? No. It was not. I have to unbind that. Okay, so it looks like there's a hiccup here. I'm gonna have to fix it. I know. See, this. I thought I had everything set up, but apparently the profiles didn't transfer over, so I got to do this over. Sorry, had an impromptu call from a PD editor. The fire I had to put out at work. Oh no! Oh no! What happened? All right, let me reply back to Snackles real quick. All right. So I don't know. Something seems off. Something seems off for me. Action bar. Focus. What decrease Godspeed? What is that? Not running. Okay. That has nothing to do with me. Fly mode? There's a fly mode? God mode Q? What is this? That's not... That isn't a thing, because Q is something else. You know what? Now I don't have to worry about that. Push a talk. Chat. UI action hotkeys page down. Global. Something seems off about my keybinds, so I got to kind of work with things. Confirm. Whoops, that's supposed to be 5. Then we have this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to start with this. Yeah. Apply. Those are backwards. Almost done, chat. I swear I'm almost done. See, like I said, I was expecting persistent profiles, something that actually gets transferred over, but no, that's not the case. That's not the case. Tool belts. There we go. Now that should work. Number lock 4 is bound to something else. Number lock 4 is bound to something else? So part of my profile did transfer. Okay, chat. We got a ball game. We just have to up this by 1 number. I think that's it. All right, I think that's going to be it. Ready? There we go. All right, chat. We're good. We are good. We are good to go. Oh, man. Had a customer call about a form. A patient had apparently made a complaint about the language of a surgery education seat, said it was unprofessional, and had written a 3-page essay about it. Hospital higher-ups took a look and agreed. So I had to find the order history for the past 5 years so they could find and remove this form from circulation. Wow. 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 I'm really curious as to what this form could have possibly said. Right? Right? All right, so I'm still in the tutorial stage, but this game doesn't really hold your hand regarding your life. Even if you're unprepared, you will get hit by zombies. I'm gonna lock these. All right. All right then. But so far so good, right? We haven't had a disconnect. The computer hasn't randomly shut off like a tool. Oh my gosh! God, this character. I'm not used to seeing like straight up red like that because I'll have like something on to hide it. I was not expecting that flaming red hair on that individual. Just threw me for a loop. I have to create a club for the tutorial, but I actually go with spear. Wait a minute, that feels off. That feels off. You know what? That's fine. I'll figure it out later. Let's just get things going. So now that I have all the quests done, I can do that. Now the game will actually start. The tutorial's over. White River Citizen, good job, survivor. You have proved to be capable with much potential. We have marked your map with the nearest White River outpost location. There will be a trader where you can buy and sell goods and trade stories with other friendly citizens. Welcome aboard, Noah. I'm going to assume that Noah is actually like a developer of some type, because I haven't run into anyone named Noah. But like if I run into this part right here, like zombies will just probably attack me. Oh, it's 1 star. I'll probably survive if that happened, but yeah. Yeah, but still, you can kind of see how things are turning out already. So, oh, I gotta level up. So my leveling, my first 4 levels revolves around this ability right here. If I'm going to have any problems in this game, it is going to be hunger and dogs, but mostly hunger at the beginning. Like my struggle bus in the beginning will be hunger. So I try to take care of that as quickly as possible. Now, I don't know this game inside and out like some people, so I could be wrong on certain things. Oh, here we go. But you see like the toolbar with the zombie and the health and the number bars that show up. That's basically it. That's the only add-ons I really have. That's it. End of list. That is it. End of list. But trying to take care of hunger and managing that has been my first priority. So I have tried different specs, different abilities, trying to speed through it, but it's always come down at the very beginning. It's always come down to hunger. It has always come down to hunger. So that's why I'm like, all right, we're gonna take an ability that slows our hunger. Like we don't get hungry as quickly, we don't get thirsty as quickly. So that's my goal. That's my goal. Let me actually switch my chat. I want to make sure that I can actually see the chat because it's on the far left of my screen. I'm sorry, the far right of my screen. So it's actually out of sight, out of mind type of deal. I want to fix that for you all. Give me a second, okay? Give me a second. Actually, what do I want to do? I'm going to pop it out. I'm going to pop out my chat. I want to do something I normally don't do. Is pop out my chat. Because I find it annoying to pop out my chat, but I can do that. There we go. There we go. And I'm going to do something else for you. I'm going to do something else for you. Audio. Game. In-game music. Actually, you know what? I want to keep that on. Because there is music going on in the background that you can listen to. I was actually going to turn on some music for you all, but I think this will work. This will work. So now chat is actually out in the corner. I read it. It's incredibly vague and refers to medical equipment as, quote, you will have tubes in your arms, end quote, or, quote, you may experience soreness in your throat. This is because we put a tube down your throat, end quote. That patient said it was vague, uneducational, and unprofessional. I mean, not really. I agree with plot twist. I guess I could see where a patient is coming from, but I mean, it's not that hard to figure out what they're talking about. I agree. I agree. I think the author was aiming for simple, plain language so not to overwhelm the patient with medical jargon. That's what it seems like. I agree. But it reads almost condescendingly simplified. Well, you got some really simple people out there who are okay. Tell you what I'm going to do, Chad. I'm going to move on from this conversation because I don't want to get political here. But my add-ons are apparently set up, and that makes me happy. I do a happy dance. That's my happy dance for you. So, This is a decent second place for not being able to stream with Snugglebrows today. It's still a distant second because I was really looking forward to it, but it's still a decent second. It's still a decent second. But this is something I've been planning on doing for quite a while now. I think when I do start doing this on Fridays, I am going to start from the beginning. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure things out, chat. I'm still trying to figure things out. But game settings, I'm going to have to adjust because it's not what I usually have it on. One of the first things I do once I get here is I kind of loot wreck this place because the person who owns this shop, his name is Rekt, R-E-K-T, and anyone who's played this game knows he's an a-hole. He's kind of off-putting, and when I talk to him, you'll know what I mean. So I basically loot his place. I can't destroy anything, because if you heard that ding, it means that it's invincible. You can't destroy it. So, like that one guy at Yosemite said, there is an overlap between our smallest bears and our dumbest visitors. Our smartest bears and our dumbest visitors. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I bet you that person who wrote a 3-page essay is probably looking for a lawsuit if things don't get fixed. They said my throat was going to be sore, but they didn't say anything about it being hurt. That wasn't a tube down my throat. It was a dick. Anyway, the point being...
If you drink all the coffee, I'll kill you. Now that you did the job, I guess you ain't that damn...
So the first thing is doing it, because I'm still going through the tutorials, basically. And it's telling me, okay, now you want to start building your home. I say, no, I don't need that home yet. I'm going to be working on the quest. And that quest is dig a hole.
Quit gawking.
First things first.
Either buy something or piss off.
Get some money. Now I'm selling things that people typically wouldn't sell.
All right, now that
but in the very beginning, like I mentioned before, you are struggling to keep yourself fed. So I really... Oh, let's get that. I really focus on getting self-sufficiency. But this is one of those jars I was talking about. This jar right here, it's an empty jar. And you can fill it with dirty water. And once you have that dirty water filled, you can drink it whenever you want, or you can cook with it. And that's my goal. Cook with it. Well, whatever their complaint was, the hospital has taken it incredibly seriously. I bet you they're just threatening lawsuit because, like, well, if it did this and this happened, I will sue. Oh, that's a lumberjack. That's a lot of hit points. I'm moving away. I don't think it's going to let me. So the bow in this game is, I wouldn't necessarily say weak, but it's something to get used to. At least the first tier of bows, because it's not strong. It's slow reload time. Oh. Oh, miss. But the arrows have a drop, and it's not very intuitive in terms of how to aim for the drop. Later bows, you don't have that much of a problem, but early bows you do. So if you're thinking about playing this game and you're an archer, sorry, it's gonna be tough. Something you're going to have to worry about in this game as well is temperature and ambient climate. You can get cold and wet, and it's going to affect your stamina drain. So you're going to find clothes that you can put on to help you fight the cold temperatures and mitigate those damages, which is what I'll be doing. But in my experience, that's kind of like something that you gather as you move on. So the crafting in this game is pretty simplified. Sometimes if you had material, mostly just craft it. Ooh, that's solid. That was a solid drop, chat. That was a solid drop. I know you don't quite understand how solid of a drop that was, but it was pretty solid. I won't be able to craft it, and there's no point for me to crafting it yet. Aaron plays this game a lot. Good luck with it. I'm not really into survival games myself. I've actually been trying to reach out to Aaron to see if he wanted to co-op at some point. But my plans for this stream really fell apart. So I'm kind of doing a second to place type of deal. So yeah, I really do enjoy this game. I put in a lot of hours into it. I've done some really stupid and ridiculous things. Like when I play solo on a normal basis, I play not so difficult, but super ultra difficult mode. I know that doesn't make any sense, but let me explain. I play it to where you have one life, and if you die, you have to delete the world. There you are. So like I said, it's like I don't play it on the most hardest difficulty, but I play it on warrior or survival, but not necessarily insane. But one death and the world's gone. I'm not good with resources management. My ADHD hates it. Well, when it comes to resource management, this game doesn't really require a lot. Mostly it's just manage your hunger. Hunger is probably the biggest struggle early on. There we go. That is my opinion. The very beginning of the game is, in my opinion, is the most difficult. He says, yeah, sure, I could probably do it at some point. Yeah, just let me know. In most cases, my schedule is pretty free. What was that? What was that? Crap. That really screwed me up. The camera shifted and it really screwed me up. Now I'm trapped down here. I'm in trouble. What is that? What is that? Hold on. I need to figure out what the heck just happened. Probably a controller of some type. Quick action. Quick deleted. That might have been it. That might have been it. Let's just make sure. Because I accidentally pushed tilde. And it really just shifted my camera. And I was like, oh, I don't like that. There we go. There we go. There we go, chat. You're trapped with us forever. I almost was. Because when you do a buried supply quest, you kind of get like a radius of where the treasure is, and the more you dig, the smaller that radius to kind of help you zero in on where the treasure is. And every single time that circle shrinks, zombies spawn around you. And when you grab the treasure, more zombies spawn. So you have to kind of be careful and have an exit strategy. And because I couldn't jump out of the hole, I didn't have an exit strategy. Never mind the tilde BSery, but the fact is, I was in trouble. I was in trouble for a brief moment. I was genuinely worried for half a second. It was 2 seconds. It was 2 seconds. Because if that zombie fell into the hole, I did not have the defenses, the levels, or the equipment to handle a close encounter with a zombie. I would have probably gotten my butt kicked. I might have survived, but I definitely would have. I would have been limping. I might have had an infection or a broken or a sprained bone or a concussion, or there was a swath of debuffs I could have gotten from that fight. Mobility and movability are two huge things in this game, in my opinion. Being able to move around, don't get yourself trapped, have an exit strategy, stuff like that. It may sound stereotypical, but this game really loves to take that away from you. It really does. What am I doing? Retrieve supplies? Retrieve supplies? Did I pick up another retrieve supplies quest? I need one more of those. That. Right there. Okay. I don't have the pistol. Good. And you. So upon completing the yeah, my keybinds are off. My keybinds are off. I knew I didn't go up to 6. Hang on, chat. Hang on. This feels more like it. This feels more like it. All right. So a pipe machine gun is a weapon, like a really early ranged weapon. It's not strong at all, and you don't get a lot of ammo at the beginning. But in my opinion, it's the best weapon to pick up early on. And is that really my quest? No. It's this one right here. Oh. It's not a bear. It's not a. Okay. Virtually anything in this game you can destroy except like merchants. But like that entire house, I can destroy bit by bit. Alternatively, I can build. I can build it on my own. I can actually build that entire house. The build in this game, I really, really enjoy. They have a ton of block options. This game is based off of a 3-dimensional cube, much like Minecraft, but a lot more options. I haven't played Minecraft, so it could be different. But like, I had this block, but these are all the shapes I can turn this block into. Every single one of these. So I have a ton of options on how to build. And I believe the developer uses those shapes to build everything that you see. So you can build anything you see. You can destroy anything you see. You can salvage anything you see. You can dig as deep as you want. You can build, okay, almost as deep as you want. You can build almost as high as you want. Stuff like that. It's just really, I love it. It's just so awesome. I love building this game. See, I'd love a building game like this. The reason I don't play Minecraft is because I don't like hyper-pixelated artwork. I agree with you to a point. It all depends. But when Minecraft came out, I wasn't in the mood for pixelated artwork. I was in the mood for something with a little bit more effort. And I felt like the art in Minecraft, there was no effort. It was all in the programming. So Minecraft never actually stuck with me. But you can build whatever you want. The thing I don't like about this game regarding the building is the ground. What I mean by that is when you dig a hole, and you place a block there, you cannot smooth those edges. And you can see, as I walk back and forth, there's a slight jolt in the camera because the character is actually dipping down into this hole. And it's been problematic on more than a few occasions. Oh, I don't need to go that way. I need to go this way. It's been problematic on more than a few occasions. So I would really like a terraforming tool. It doesn't have to be anything major, just something to manipulate how the ground is. So if you have a block here, have the ground smooth. That's it. That's all I ask. I'm gonna have to take care of this mob. Aside from that, I mean, there's obviously more that they can do, but aside from that, they have a really good setup. What was that? Rocket launcher? I've never even gotten a rocket launcher. So now that I'm actually out on, oh crap, I saw that too. I'm actually out in the town. I'm not actually going to be collecting anything unless I can use it. Because once I get, there's like a lot of stuff you can pick up. Oof. And you can get encumbered really quickly. And once you're encumbered, your speed gets reduced. And like I said, speed's a huge thing. That's my issue. I'm not creative enough to build interesting things. And the constant unending survival with no story or ending to get to just bores me with repetition. So I've never been able to get into these type of games. I get that. I really do. I was actually surprised. Oh, I need to drop that. I was actually really surprised that I got into this game because I'm for the most part the same way. I would like a goal, but you build your own goals. Did I ever level up? No. But you build your own goals. So I'm like, okay, well then my goal is going to be if I die, I start over. So I made this game unnecessarily difficult. But that also kind of breaks up the repetition. It gets frustrating sometimes. It really does. Like when you're running away and every single hit gives you a debuff or slows you down or stuns you or something like that and you can't do anything, it gets annoying. It really does. Just eating a can of peas because that's what you do. books are supremely important because they allow you to craft things later on. Like more improved things. Like I might be able to craft a better spear, let's say. I'm not saying like a different tier spear, but it might do like 5% more damage. But if you build a tier like 3 or 4 levels higher, it's going to do like 20% more damage. So you got to get those books so you can actually build these stronger weapons and armors. Okay. So I actually haven't started the mission. I'm doing like a preliminary clearing of this map. See, the first thing I do is get an outing. First thing I do is get an outing. And then I waste all my stamina on a hit on the wall. Oh dear. Yeah, I get that too. Without a story, that's not true. Because you're heckin' playing Pokopia. Oof. I heckin' got backed up into that corner. I almost got smacked. Wow, I'm doing terribly. There we go. There we go. Which had a story. Yeah, well, I think they threw in that story half-assed. I think that story was half-assed. Exactly. You build your own goals, and I'm not good at that. So I just play around until I get bored. Well, isn't that what it's like for every game? You play around until you get bored? That works. I think I hear a vulture. Vultures suck. They are like the spreaders of diseases. They suck. There we go. So my next point is tossed up. I usually go either rule 1 cardio, or I go all the way over here and pick up a master chef. This allows me to pick up more foodstuffs, and foodstuffs will be cheaper to create. Because you don't know how to cook in this game. So, and those books will allow you to cook more things, and that skill point gives you more books. All right. And this should just about do it for this POI. Now it's time to start the mission. So at 2,200 hours, the zombies are going to be more powerful. They're going to be faster. They're going to hit harder. Stuff like that. So not only that, I won't be able to go direct. I won't be able to go there to turn in the quest. So I want to try to get this quest done before. Gosh darn it, I did it again. Before 2,200 hours. All right, knife. When I first started playing this game, I played a sneaky rogue type of build. But because it was very satisfying to do this and one-shot everything. Oop. and one-shot everything. It was just so satisfying. However, when you are going through POIs, triggers will make the certain triggers will have the zombies just straight up aggro you. It doesn't matter how sneaky you are, they will always aggro. They'll always turn aggressive. So it really was one of those things it didn't work. So I decided to shift my gears into a different build. I know veterans are like, why is he dropping all that stuff? It's because I don't have the room for it. I just don't have the room. Oh, I got that too. Hold on. So this is a modification that I cannot apparently put on light armor. Yeah. You didn't even play it. Oh, I know. Well, the hierarchy of need is water, food, shelter, knowledge. See, that you kind of get it. Oh, a head shaky miss. There we go. There we go. There we go. There. Remember to re-up my Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you. But for whatever reason, I can't capture Prime subs, so I don't get an alert. I should have gotten a Twitch alert, but I don't get you don't get the fish alert. I don't know why. I have done everything I possibly could to try to capture that data, but there's nothing. It just doesn't let me. Bonk. There's nothing I can do about that, Juvie. There's nothing about that I can do. There's nothing about that I can do. I actually captured every single input that Twitch gave Stream Elements. And there is absolutely zero inputs from Twitch. Absolutely zero. When I say there's nothing I can do, unless Twitch allows Stream Elements to capture that data, there's nothing I can do. Or if there is a way to do it, I just don't know. Not by Stream Elements, anyway. You know, Juvie, I'm starting to think you're just abusing the bonk. Oh, now he gets it. Now he gets it. Oh, I'm going to run out of time at this rate. He's going to be closed by the time I'm done. I'm just taking too long on this job. There we are. There you are. There you are. Come to me, my precious. And now the job is done. Hopefully I can get to the trader before he closes. We had computer issues. Snaggle and I were originally planning on streaming Windrose. Windrose? It is a game that is in pre-release. It's basically 7 Days to Die, but with pirates. That is the description I was given. Otherwise, I know nothing about it. My power supply is failing. Like my computer power supply is failing. And whenever I tried to load up Windrose, it would shut my computer down. So we weren't able to play Windrose. So we were thinking about doing Sons of the Forest, the game that we've played before. But there is an update that's like multi gigabytes worth of like in size, and it would take him at least 30 minutes to actually get that downloaded and not to mention installed. That is, of course, assuming that he wasn't streaming at the time. So we're just like, let's just try to reschedule, let you get back to whatever you're doing. He also had some hardware issues, but we decided to just
guess I'm gonna have to pay you now that you did it.
we decided to just try again another day.
Disappoint me.
I'm going to put in the effort. That was not bonk worthy, Juvie. That was not bonk worthy. So we're going to try another day. Oh, I gotta sell that. Sell. So we're going to try another day. I'm not happy that we had to try again because I've been really looking forward to our co-op, but there's nothing. I know you do. I know. You do your thing, Juvie. You do your thing. I really wish that we were able to
Don't test my patience. It's thinner. Don't
get
let
the
door hit you on
get the
your way
stream
out.
working, but it just
Flash
nothing was
cash.
going right. Nothing was
Oh,
going
I
our
tell
way.
you to go fuck
So
yourself,
we
but
just
you
got
did
to.
that when you didn't buy anything.
I tell you to go F yourself, but you did that when you didn't buy anything. Like I said, chat. Dick. We're just gonna have to try again. There's nothing we can do about it. So it is 2,100 hours in game. I'm going to have to think about. Come here, buddy. 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 There we go. There we go. There we go. That thing just walked up on me. It didn't even know I was there, and I'm happy for that. Normally, I don't get any kills, any game for a while, so I will gladly take it. I will take it. Problem is, when you kill an animal, you get a scent about you. So I need to do that. And since I'm already kind of building some boxes, I might as well grab all the stuff from the truck and start depositing it inside that box. That way I have access to it at night. But only doing one job before nighttime, really slow, really slow. I'm usually a lot quicker than this. I'm usually a lot quicker than this.
Trader Rex is closing shortly. Finish your damn business or come back tomorrow, if you're still alive.
There's no water source nearby. Ugh. Just ugh. Soldiers have a lot of armor. It says I'm doing 50 per. I'd say let's play, but I want a dragon. That's fine. That's fine. I appreciate it. I appreciate the thought. I appreciate the thought. So there are zombies that may have armor on. The soldiers have armor, as you can see. So I actually do less damage than advertised, I'll say. So a lot of the time, I'll just slap a dot on them. In this case, it's a bleed from the knife, and I'll let that whittle it down while I kite away. But there's actually going to be quite a few zomboids in this in the area. And I just got to get a late shot. You can kind of see what I'm doing. It's now 2,200 hours, so the zombies' speed and aggressiveness have increased. So I got to be very careful about how I proceed, especially when it comes to armored zombies like Doobie. So I got to be very careful about how I proceed with these mobs. Oh, there's 3 of them. Look how quick they are now. Yeah, they're just bolting after me. Not only that, there are zombies with the classification of feral. Oh, man. If I find those, I should probably prepare for those. I will probably see some at some point. If I see a feral zombie, odds are I'm done. I cannot survive. My odds are I'm done. I take the machine gun in case I find a feral, but sometimes there's nothing you can do. They're relentless. Oh, I got his infection too. Wonderful. 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 Good news is I got some honey. Honey in this game removes, I think, 5% infection over time. So I will be able to... Damn it. So I will be able to take care of the infection, but finding honey, early game, difficult. It's limiting. Just give me a second, Chad. I gotta focus. This is focus mode for a second. Oh. Fun fact, in a pinch, and I mean in a pinch, honey can be used on wounds to keep bacteria out. It has natural antibiotics. Well, I suppose that's where they got the inspiration for using honey, in this case, drinking honey, to remove infections. So I suppose... I don't know, that's just too much. There. Because that essentially stopped my passive regeneration. I couldn't have... Oh, there's one out there too. Oh, there's 2 of them. Great. I should have bled. But see what I mean? They're just fast and vicious. And I do not have a lot of stamina to be kiting these guys around. I'm hoping to Odin that I don't find a feral. I am hoping to Odin I don't find a feral. But I see a free snack crawling out or slithering out of the bushes. Oh, that was a hit. Just give me a second, chat. It's focus time for me. It's focus time for me. Joe going after my kill. We got this tourist going after my kill too. I might just let him take it. I just don't have the stamina to be kiting these guys all that long. Especially this guy. This is down. The tourist may have a lot of health, but he's not fast. Ruthless. Yeah, but at least mine's more fair than Book's. Alright. Books is a stupid cheating effing Books. There we go. There we go, chat. Oh, that was interesting. That was very interesting. Oh no. Okay. Okay, Chad. Okay, I don't think it's gonna be the end. There we go, Chad. There we go. That was interesting. So, this is my primary deterrent for ferals, spike traps. Okay, so I'm off. Okay, Juvie, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. This is my primary deterrent for ferals. Spike traps, basically cattle traps. You drop them, it does the damage over time, and it slows them down. So ferals are game overs. They are essentially game overs. If you try to fight them one-on-one at this level, it's a game over. So I have to be smart about how I approach ferals. And in this case, my method is don't. Just don't. Yeah, ferals. I have tried many tactics. That's my method for dealing with most things. Just don't. Yeah. When we see a feral on base game, no add-ons, the only indicator that you're fighting a feral is glowing red eyes. And when you see the glowing red eyes, by the time you see it, it's too late. You're already screwed. So that's kind of why I have the health icon. It tells me, especially since I'm dealing with such difficulty level, 1 death and that's it, the world's done. It kind of helps me balance it out. Gives me that slight edge on knowing what I'm dealing with before I hurl myself face first into the load screen. Because it's happened. But by far, early on, my biggest threat are the doggos. The biggest threat for me are the doggos. Okay. Did I level up? Yes. Okay. There we go. Now we can actually run, and it won't drain so much damage. So if we have to run away from a feral, we can. Yeah, like I said, I'm usually like 2 or 3 missions in by the time my first nightfall comes around. But my settings have been reset, so either the daylight is shorter. The daylight might just be shorter. That's probably it. If the daylights are short, that's going to be very interesting. That means I need to really think about preparation for day 7. Day 7. So my original base concept doesn't work as well as it used to. At some point, the developers of this game changed how the zombies act, react, and like they altered their AI. So all of my work, all of my testing, all of my trial and error kind of went out the window. I'm still trying to find a good way to work around the alterations and the adjustments that they've made. But if playing with my friend and dealing with the Blood Moon with the base defense I've built up over my 800 some hours of playing this silly game, it failed. My base build didn't fail once, but twice. They broke through, and they were vicious about it. They were ruthless. They raffle stomped us. And I'm like, wow, I didn't expect that. So I need to rethink my base strategy. I still don't know how I'm going to proceed. There is one thing I did notice, and that is the zombies spawn not in a... not in a 360 degrees around the character, like I had originally thought, but apparently they spawn directionally. I don't know the conditions for this directional spawning, but that is one of the key issues we had. So it turns out my base concept is not a revolutionary thing. It's an idea that people have had for quite a while. Can I upgrade? No. It is an idea that people have had for a while. But when I built it, I thought it was amazing. I called it the Stairway to Nowhere. I figured out at one point that, you saw me do it too, where I jump over. They'll either run around or jump over. Now, if I am out of reach, they'll run around. And that was the concept. That was the fundamental idea around my concept. Story of my life. I think I'm doing something great, and then I found out everyone else has been doing it forever. Yeah. That's kind of how it was. So my concept is utilizing how the zombies find you and how they run to you. So like if I'm right here and a zombie runs up, how is it going to get me? On a lot of on a lot of cases, they will try to run around. Maybe they'll find this ramp right here. So if they're running at me and they see me, they're like, oh, there's a ramp. They'll go up this ramp. So it was something like that really started the foundations of the concept of the Stairway to Nowhere, is where they'd have a ramp to go up to reach me when I was at a high point. So I'd able to predict how they were going to come to me. But when my friend and I hit the Blood Moon, they didn't go up the ramp. They went after the foundation itself. And that threw me for a loop. I needed to readjust my planning for the next base. So I made it thicker. Made it to where it's like, okay, the walls are that much thicker, so maybe they'll actually think that, okay, going up the ramp will be the better option. And it still wasn't. They still went after the foundation. They still went after the wall. And I still don't really have much of an... Oh, dear. I don't have any food. I still don't really have an answer to that question. how am I going to defend myself against with the Blood Moon if they're going to be going after the wall, not the ramp? So I'm still thinking about what my next steps are. What I may do is I may create a pillbox. Essentially like a space that I have 360 view, but is really powerful. Really chunky, so they can't break through it because I'll be too busy repairing it at the same time. I try to build things small because small things are easy to maintain. I've seen people build these grandiose bases, but just going around and repairing it after a blood moon just takes so long. It takes so long. So I do what I can to minimize it, shrink it as much as possible. Shrink it as much as possible. I don't trust this. It's 4 a.m., so the zombies will slow down and be not as aggressive, but still, I don't trust that. Oh, I have quite a few around me. There aren't very many zombies with ranged attacks. Especially at the first blood moon, there shouldn't be much of any. So, what I'm thinking about doing is building a cage with a 360 view to see where the zombies are going to be coming from. Then build the ramp facing that direction. That is my idea. That way, I have an idea where they're going to be coming from, and I'll be able to build the base accommodating that information. I don't want to eat that yet. Oh, lovely. So that's my idea. I don't know how well it's going to work out, but one thing I do know, it's going to be a much simpler build than building my Stairway to Nowhere. It won't take me nearly as long to build it. I hear you. Another sandwich. So I'm hungry, but I'm not eating those sandwiches because there is a chance that the sandwich can give me dysentery. And I am not prepared to combat dysentery at this time. Better idea than what I could think of. Yeah, this is just something I've been toying with. I actually haven't tried this idea. I have not put this idea into motion at all. I want to make sure that they're not going to flank me, because they are going to come up. I hear them. They're down there. I'm going to have to take care of these guys first. So what dysentery does is it, well, it gives you the craps, obviously, but it increases the consumption of your food and water. So because it does that, since I'm struggling with food and water, having it be drained that much quicker is not going to help me. So I'd rather starve a little bit, see if I can get food from a can somewhere before eating those sandwiches. Those are kind of almost a last resort for me. Let's see if I can just get it without having to break it. There you are. However, at this time, I may be forced to sandwich it. I may be forced to have to sandwich it. And I'm not really looking forward. Oh, that's right, I have this. I knew that guy was behind there from experience, that's all. That thing hit me from days away. They don't know how to open doors, and I've been using that to my advantage, obviously. I might have to go with the sandwich. My food's at 35. I don't have very many options. I didn't find any cans of food in the house, and that is problematic. You up there? Where are you coming from? All right, I'll address that later. I'll address that later. I still have quite a few days before I have to start prepping for the blood moon. So I'm not in any hurry. My rush at this time is finding food. I'm getting all this stuff, and it's wonderful that I be the hungry. Oh, there we go. Kind of stock a little bit. That'll help. It's not going to solve our problem, but it'll help. Damn it. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't looking forward to a safe being there. Steel club. I don't use clubs. I think they're outside. Yeah, there they are. There they are. Even though that can of stock increased my food by 10, I'm still starving. So I might have to resort to dysentery. Or at least a chance for dysentery. I could make some tea. That will help. I don't find these crawlers much of a threat, but they're also a pain in the butt to hit. I don't know, chat. I might be forced to risk dysentery. I'm going to use this as storage. Oh, that could be dropped. That'll do. Things are not looking good, chat. Things are not looking good. Pipe shotgun, no. I don't know, chat. I don't know. Things are just not looking good. Now, these sandwiches do 3 things. It increases your food by a little bit. I'm sorry, 4 things. Increases your food by a little bit and gives you a smell. The smell essentially alerts zombies around you to your presence. You can see on the bottom left, I have a red nose with a 49. That's the range of my smell now. And now I have zombies coming after me because I have that smell. It reduces my health by 5. And it gives me a small chance for dysentery. I think it's like 20%. But if I get dysentery, my food and water consumption will be increased for 30 minutes. It's huge. Earlier on, it's a huge debuff. It is a huge debuff. So what I really want to do is I want to get to the kitchen as soon as possible to see if I can find more food. Oh, of course you just had you juke to the right. You sneaky lab worker. You sneaky lab worker. That's no big loss. Oof, ouch. It's not that big of a loss missing the arrow shot. It's just damage that I wish I was able to get off before that happened. Especially since I am not doing well. I am not. I'm really not. So these tree stumps, not the trees themselves, not large trees, just the stumps, have a small chance of giving honey. Nope, no honey. So especially earlier on, those tree stumps are like priority. Because early on, the only way you can really consistently get rid of, or semi-consistently get rid of the infection is from honey, which is from those stumps, and they're a rare drop. More so, sometimes the stumps, once you destroy them, will spawn bees. Early on, they suck. Later on, not so much. Okay, here we go. I think this is food. Here we go. We got some food. We're going to get a scent again, but it's not going to be nearly as much, I don't think. But it's going to give us more time. It's going to give us more time. And that's what we need, is a little bit of time. There we go, a little bit more food. Well, you saw it's like My struggles is about food, not the zombies, the food. So it's going to be like that for a bit. It's going to be like that for a bit until I can get a little bit more powerful and clear out these POIs much quicker. But there's not going to be much I can do about it. There's not going to be much I can do about it. Oh, I needed to jump. So before the update with the AI and stuff like that, every once in a while you'd get like water from the toilet, and now it'd just be gold. Toilet water, gold. I'd be looking forward to drinking that for a long time. You're not going to hear me say that again. But the fact is, like, water in a jar that you can actually cook and disinfect was the primary struggle before the update. Ooh, all right. Now it's just food. Oh, wrong button. Oh, it's a biker too. Those guys are armored and they have a lot of hit points. So I gotta let the bleed take care of them. In the meantime, I guess I'll... Ooh. There it is. 30 minutes of dysentery. Okay, 30% dysentery. So now my food and water drain is going to be increased. And I got a biker after me. Oh, that didn't do as much as I had hoped. That didn't do as much as I had hoped. Yeah, I'm just letting the dot take it out slowly. But now I gotta hurry up. I am now on the clock. I am not happy about that outcome. I am not happy about this outcome, chat. F it. I am not happy about this outcome at all. Where's that biker? Ugh. Is that you right there? Yep. Oof, another hit. Not good. I won't die. Oh, I might die. All right, Plotty. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. I'll probably be still on for a bit. I'll probably still be on for a bit. I do have a question though, chat. I do have a question. Am I playing my one life rule? One life, one world. Am I playing that rule, or am I just moving on? What am I doing? I forgot to ask you that. What did you want me to do? Well, considering this is essentially an improv or impromptu stream session, you know what I mean? Would you like me to do the challenge of one life? See how far I can get? Because a pre-level 6, there is no, the only real consequence you have You're at full health? How'd you get to full health? The only major consequence you have is the durability of your equipment. If you look at my food and water, they're at max. The dysentery, all of my debuffs are gone. That's what happens when you die pre-level 6. Oh no! The quest failed! The quest failed because I died. I'm unhappy, chat. I am unhappy. This guy's unhappy. You see what I mean? The biker just chunks. They hurt. Like on a normal basis, I would have just left them. I wouldn't have even worried about it. But the biker was between me and the goal. Crap. All right. I don't know, chat. I'm not feeling good about that. I'm not feeling good about this. But I also think the server settings are off. I think the days are going by too quickly so I can go and get food. Especially if I'm playing a no-death run. Or if I'm going to be playing a no-death run. Yeah. I want to play a no-death run. I don't feel good about that round, so... And the world's gone. Now, this is why I have 002. That way, I can switch the seed. I am going to adjust settings. I'm going to adjust the settings, the server settings. I actually have everything set up specifically. And coincidentally enough, I actually have a check command for that. And it tells me all the settings. That's going to give me some time. So I have days, 18 hours. On. Blood mood frequency, range, warning, morning. 8, walk, cog, run. There we go. Feral sense off, that's right. EI smell mode is run, airdrops, storm progression, that's fine. Just for the sake of speeding things up, because spending like 30 minutes taking out a tree, nah, I'm not interested in that. I think that's everything. All right, I'm gonna try it again. From the top. I'm going to have to update my title because this is definitely not a first playthrough. There we go. There we go. So it goes from a first playthrough to a permadeath. That works. That works. All right. Here we go again, chat. Here we go again. Here we go again. Now we're going to have a little bit more time to go through POIs and get the food. And since I actually don't have to spend all that time getting things set up, hopefully this start will go a lot better. It's a shame too, because I actually got the vehicle storage mod early. Oh man, that would have been supremely important later on, because storage space going from one biome to another it's prime. And having that earlier on, that would have been really nice. But unfortunately, permadeath. 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 It is what it is, right? But it also kind of tells you what I have to go through every single time I die. So it's not like I'm unfamiliar with this topic, with this conversation, with this situation. This is something very common for me. Yeah, starting from the beginning, very common for me. But with the seed number, at the very least, you'll have an idea of how many times I've died. Oh, there's a bunny, but I'm not going to be able to get it. A, I don't have a bow, and B, I don't have the dagger. When it comes to the bunny so early, I can't do anything. I just don't have the DPS for it. It's going to be too quick. I don't have the stamina, build, or regeneration for it. So it's just one of those things. There's nothing I can do. So I just have to let it go. So early on, you just kind of grab everything, because when you go to Rect, you're just going to sell everything. You want to get as much money as possible. The reason being is you don't know if the game is going to give you cooking equipment. And if it does, is it going to give you the right cooking equipment? So it's going to be like one of those, you got to have the money. So when you do get in a situation where you can start cooking, you got to make sure you have the equipment. So you might have to use your money to get it. So there's that. There is that. There we go. Okay. All right, we are done with the tutorial. Let's get those levels to slow my hunger. And head towards Wrecked. Oh, there was a stump around here, wasn't there? Right? Well, if it's around here, it's gone. I'll have to find it later. Ooh. Only 4, okay. I need 5 for a knife. Well, if the stump comes up, you know. But yeah, it's like the block damage increasing. That way I don't spend like a minute, 2 minutes breaking a single stone. It's just speed. It's just speed. That's all it is. Now, if I had a PvP server, it would be set to standard. But since I play solo, it's not so much the case, right? It's not so much the case. All right, there's another carcass over here. That should get me 5 bones at least, so Kanife. There we go. There we go. But the situation with the biker is the reason why I no longer spec into Sneaky Assassin. Yeah, there's a chicken over there I can't get. But it's the reason I no longer spec into Sneaky Assassin, because once you're confronted face-to-face with a zombie, you need to be able to do the damage or mitigate the damage to defend yourself and to succeed and to survive. As satisfying as it was for me to be able to just go through entire POIs and wipe them out before they even know what's going on, because when you activate a quest, zombies will have triggers for spawns. Like, I've had zombies literally spawn behind me after I cleared a room from a trigger. And if that's the case, and that's my way out, there's no escape, I'm done. I'm dead. There's nothing I can do. So I moved away from the Sneaky Assassin. As much as I loved that build, it is not realistic. And I'll say even as early as low mid-tier, or even high-end low tier, like at the very end of the beginning, it starts to become irrelevant and obsolete because it just doesn't work. So that was just a huge issue for me. I loved playing that build though. It was so fun. It was so fun just sneaking on through those houses and just wiping out every single zombie with one shot. It was so satisfying. It was so satisfying. But it's just not viable. So from there, I started to refocus and refactor my build into other weapons. I've tried every weapon as far as I know in the game. Because I start off in Fortitude, and Fortitude specializes in fists and machine guns, I tried fists. And that was neat for a while. But it once again didn't do well.
Well, don't just stand there.
Maybe I screwed it up.
Take a
Maybe I
look.
just sucked at the game. That's a very real possibility.
Look,
But it
motherfucker,
wasn't
I'm already overstocked on those.
doing what I wanted. I wasn't getting what I wanted out of it. So I scrapped that build.
Don't let the door hit you on your way out.
my next idea was spears and sniper rifle. Because there are sniper rifles in this game. There are sniper rifles in this game. So having a sniper rifle, like being specialized in it, would have been like really neat. But I kind of came up with the same problem. It was almost the same problem. When you get to a certain tier point, I need to keep that. It becomes rather moot because you are going to have to go face to face with zombies. And you may not have the fortitude to survive a melee brawl with a zombie, especially when it comes to multiples. Because a sniper rifle, low rate of fire, high damage. And if you shoot from the hip, drop, busy, no worries. And if you're playing and you finally see a rifle, you'll see that the spray, much like the Resident Evil submachine gun, where the bullet can hit while shooting from the hip is just huge. So there's no accuracy if you're shooting from the hip. So you can't use that in close quarter combat. So clearing out POIs kind of becomes a huge pain. It starts to become this huge thing that you're going to have to be relying mostly on the spear, which you've seen me use a spear. It's like a hit and run. But once again, the same problem with the dagger, the sneaky dagger. If they're going to be spawning behind you and cutting off your mode of retreat, you're not going to be able to do a hit and run type of deal. So that build kind of fell through, just like the dagger one. Coincidentally, I have not tried a strength build. That would be clubs and hammers, and I think strength uses shotgun. I haven't had any luck with the shotguns in this game. I don't even use them. I don't even save them. Like when I get a shotgun, I do an immediate dismantle because I haven't found a good shotgun. I even went into creative mode and gave myself the strongest shotgun in the game, and I was still dissatisfied with its performance. So, let's see. Then I talked about fortitude. Agility is the sneaky. Next would be intelligence. And this is what I found interesting. Intelligence works off of robotics. Robotics generally isn't until mid-game. Okay, so what else is there? Batons. Batons? Those are actually really weak. I haven't had any luck with the batons. And it works off of... Let's see. Yeah, robotics and batons. That's what intelligence works off of. I'm like, this isn't going to work. So I tried it, and I was right. It didn't work. So I didn't do that either. So I'm like, okay, it looks like I'm going to be going fists and machine guns because I want to put a lot of points in fortitude anyway. Then my struggles came after I got a source of food. I'm able to hunt, I'm able to cook, and I'm able to become relatively self-sufficient. As I start getting to the more difficult POIs, the problem started to turn into close quarter combat. And the fists worked decently for a bit. However, the problem came with critical hits. You've seen me get critical hit a few times already in the stream where, oh, hold on, where I will suddenly slow down. You'll hear a heartbeat. I will be dazed. I will have a broken arm or something like that. You saw it with the bruising, where I lost all of my health regeneration. Those are the critical hits. So I started to go through all of the abilities on how to reduce that effect,
It'll be
because
good morning when you buy something and get the fuck out
high
of
end,
here.
low tier to mid tier, that's going to be your struggle, in my opinion. Are like
I
the
got
problems
this.
are those critical
What are you
hits.
standing there for? Don't you
Getting
have work to
stunned.
do?
When you're trying to run away and you get stunned, you're done. Especially when you have like 3, 4, 5 plus zombies chasing after you. As soon as you get stunned, the game's over. You're done. There you are. So, because of that, I started to look into other ways or how to mitigate the critical hits as much as possible. And I came across a few things. And this is where my build starts to really outline itself. So, in Fortitude, you have Fortitude Mastery. Killing an enemy, unlocking this, killing an enemy will instantly stop bleeding. Fantastic. Bleeding is brutal. Consuming items that will cure infection after recovery will make you immune for infection for 2 real-world hours. Fantastic. You saw me get infected really early after one single hit. But everything else increases either health, which is nice, or it increases fist weapons. Well, I'm not using fist weapons anymore. So what are my other options? And the only other one I was able to see was intelligence. I must have leveled up at some point. Was intelligence, yeah. Intelligence has physician. Treated critical injuries heal 15% faster. Fantastic. More healing items. Better healing. Wonderful. Splints and casts cure sprains instantly. Wonderful. This is what I was looking for. And then you have just more improvements on your healing stuff and critical hit treatments and stuff like that. I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm looking for. So I'm forced into an intelligence build. But I still need to get 2 ranks of Iron Gut. So I had a problem. I can't really focus on my intelligence to get that physician to reduce the critical hit chance unless I spec into Fortitude to reduce the food. So that was the situation I found myself in. Then one day, I found something. This was on one of my better playthroughs. I was probably at week 2 or week 3 at this point. And I was pretty deep into the intelligence tree. I found something called a stun baton. Veterans of this game know where I'm going to be going with this. But I found the stun baton, which is the next tier of batons. What I mean by tier is like you got the pipe machine gun, but then you have the AK-47. The AK-47, even as a not knowing anything about this game, just sounds more like this sounds stronger. This sounds stronger than a pipe machine gun, and that's how different the tiers are. You'll go from a bone knife to an iron knife, stuff like that. So it sounds stronger, and in fact, it is stronger. So when I say I'm like a different tier of weapon, that's what I mean. So I found a stun baton, and that's the tier 2 of the batons. But I had all my stuff already leveled up. And when I used it, my jaw basically dropped. It was almost a meme on how easy everything became. Now, granted, I believe they nerfed it in a recent patch, but it was so broken that I did a blood moon on a test, not my actual game, but I ran a test game where I did a blood moon with the stun baton and the build I had in mind in creative mode. And I didn't even build a base. I just ran around with the stun baton and I won. 0 deaths. Insane. It was so ridiculously broken. And I was inadvertently going toward this build. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm doing this. So that's kind of how my build progressed and how I surprisingly and inadvertently became a meme regarding this build. And like I said, veterans of this game probably know precisely what I'm talking about and how broken it is. But it was just so ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. I'm going to have to go down. I was able to survive close quarter combat. So once I got ambushed by zombies, I wouldn't be struggle busing. I'm just going to do this. I don't think I'm going to have any problems. Because the close quarter combat and being, I wouldn't say immune, but resistant to critical hits, really just took shape. Everything took shape. Now, granted, I haven't able to test my build much beyond that, especially since I play permadeath. So once I die, that's it, game over, the world's over, I have to start from the beginning. And I'm going to be doing that for the stream too, because why not? Why, you're here to see me be tortured, right? So I died. I don't remember how I died, but I died. And that run, it was brutal. It was pretty heartbreaking. I needed to take a break from the game. It was that heartbreaking. But every other time I've tried to get that build again, I haven't had the luck. So I'm hoping to get to that point again where I can get to that point where I'll have the stun baton and I'll have enough points in intelligence to really start to dive in to just getting through this game. Because though I have generally explored all of the biomes, I haven't actually experienced all of the biomes because I would die. So because I would die, I'd start from the beginning, and well, that's that. I'm disappointed in that food in those cans because it was just one dried meat. It got me an empty jar, and I can definitely work with that, but I was expecting a can of some type. There we go. All right. I have a scent on me, so I don't know if I can actually do much sneakies. but I'll try. Oh, see what I mean? Oh, there's one. Oh, I missed. So the good news about the zombies in this game is they don't know how to open doors. So what I can do, especially if it came to a feral, I can actually shoot through these doors. So my build starts off primarily with like this, and I will start building up my fortitude because I want to get that. I thought I heard a snake. Yeah, I botched it. 5 to 7 points in fortitude is where I start off at. Then I branch off. I probably put a little bit into agility because there's an ability called parkour there that reduces fall damage, but as well as increases your jump height, and that's huge, and especially for Blood Moon. I'll explain that later. But from that point, I'm mostly intelligence. I am mostly intelligence at that point. Oh, you're going to cause problems, aren't you? There. Better get the sneak attack before it starts to attack me. So I'm thinking about playing this on Fridays. Do my Monday and Wednesday as my typical games, playing on the PlayStation, getting through all that stuff. On Fridays, I should probably make the spikes now. But on Fridays, play this. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do, especially since my schedule is going to be changing, like my real life schedule, not just my stream schedule. Well, ultimately my stream schedule. But my real life schedule is going to be shifting and changing. So I'm going to keep you posted on my times and hours and stuff like that. But my hours are definitely shifting. Oh dear. Yeah, my hours are definitely going to be shifting, so I want to do the best I can to keep you all appraised of my schedule. Just keep an eye on Discord. That's all I can really say at the moment. Yeah, keep an eye on Discord, but I can't guarantee a schedule right now until I figure things out. Oh, I got a pie. I got a blueberry pie. That's nice. That's nice. Blueberry pies, especially early on, really powerful. They give you food and water. It's really nice. But apparently... Oh, that's it. That's it. So I have 18 stacks of encumbrance, and you can see that my sprint speed is really low. If you're wondering what my encumbrance is, on the bottom left of the screen, you see all my debuffs there. You see on the bottom, you see like that little armor coat thing. Above that, 2 minutes, 30 seconds with the boots. What is that? Eating cooked food increases stuff. Okay. And then I have the yellow drop of water. That means I'm thirsty. And above that, you see a guy carrying a box. That is my encumbrance. Oh, I don't like this. And I got infected. Bollocks. But you saw that I couldn't outrun that zombie because I'm encumbered so much. Because I'm so encumbered, I couldn't outrun that zombie. And that's why it's important to maintain speed and manage your encumbrance. Is that the Honeydew Trailer Park? It is. There's a dog here. I am possibly in one of the worst situations. Wait, do I have honey? I am not in a great situation. I'm not in the worst situation. I'm not in a great situation. I just got to get away from the trailer park. The trailer park has a dog. Dogs suck early level. They suck even more when you have 18 stacks of encumbrance.